So I have been blaming my chronic pain in my knees and my back on turning 40. Like most guys do, right? It's just part of getting older. Bro, I read something last week that kind of changed the whole idea for me. There's a new study, real research, not some guy on Instagram, and it says that the decline everyone blames on turning 40 actually starts at 35, which is 5 years earlier than what we've been told our whole lives. And here's the mistake that I made. I was training like 40 was the finish line, but it's not. So today I'm breaking down what this study has actually found and what it means if you're over 40 right now, and what I'd change about how you train starting today. So let's get real. This wasn't some influencer's opinion piece. It was a long-running study that was tracking people for over decades and looking at how strength and general fitness change as we age. The headline is simple. The decline in strength and conditioning that most of us assume kicks in 40 actually starts around 35. So it's not just falling off a steep cliff. It's a slow slide down a mountain that most guys don't even notice until it's already cost them something. Like maybe a PR on their lift or just a weekend that they used to feel fine and now they don't. Now that's the part that got me. Because if you were 40, you've been telling yourself, well, it's just age now. The truth is, whatever's happening, it didn't happen when you turned 40. It started earlier, which means there's no switch that flips it off. It just compounds over time. So here's why everyone, including me, blame 40 specifically. I think because 40 is the biggest milestone marker. It's the birthday where people start making jokes about your back. So when something starts hurting or something starts feeling harder, we reach for the easiest explanation. But that's a story, bro, not a mechanism. Nobody's body has a switch that flips at the stroke of midnight on your 40th birthday. What's actually happening is years of small stuff stacking up, such as your age, recovery habits, and how you've been actually lifting for years versus just going through the motions, sleep, stress, etc., etc. Turning 40 just happens to be when enough of it has piled up and that you finally notice it. So what's actually driving a decline if it's not our age? Well, a few things, and none of them is complicated. First, muscle mass just doesn't disappear, but the rate at which you build and hold on to it slows down gradually, starting in mid-30s. So if you're not doing anything to counter it, that's your user to loser territory. And it's been quietly working against you longer than you think. Second, a lot of guys are just moving less overall in their 30s than they did in their 20s. Think about it. You're probably doing less walking and more sitting at a desk or in a truck. That's not 40. That's a decade of decisions that started way earlier. And third, your recovery capacity changes. Not because your body is broken, but because a lot of guys in their 30s start trading training time and sleep for career and family. And their recovery habits just slip years before the outside world even causes it getting older. Here's where I gotta be honest with you. I made this exact mistake. I trained like I had all the time in the world until I was 40. And then I'll deal with it. Like there was some deadline out there. Truth is, by the time I actually started paying attention to durability training around my shoulders, my back, like doing stuff that actually protected my knees instead of just pushing through, I was already behind on stuff. That started way before I noticed it. I can't get those years back. I can tell you what I do differently, and that's the whole point of this video. So if you're up before you right now, here's what this actually means. Whatever's declined already didn't start when you turned 40. So stop waiting for a switch to flip back to your glory days. The window to start rebuilding durability was never closed. It's just been open longer than you thought in both directions. And if you're over 35, this is the whole point of making this video for you too. You got the exact leverage I didn't have. You get to start now instead of catching up later. Either way, the fix is the same. It's not about chasing your 25-year-old self. It's about training in a way that holds up for the next 20 years and not just your six-pack abs for the next 20 minutes on camera. So here's what I will actually change starting this week, whether you're 35 or 55. 1. Stop treating mobility and joint work like a warm-up you skip. That's not optional anymore. 2. Train strength and conditioning together, not separate for 6 months at a time. Your body doesn't compartmentalize like that, and neither should your programming. 3. Protect your recovery like it's part of training, not the thing you do after training. Get sleep and actual rest days. That's it, just those 3 things. Not a 12-week program, not a supplement stack, just an honest look at what's actually been compounding in a plan that respects it. Look, the "it's just because I'm over 40" excuse felt true for a long time for me too, but the research says otherwise, and honestly, that's better news, not worse. It means that this isn't about outrunning our age. It's about undoing the years of decisions that started earlier than any of us wanted to admit it. If this hit home, let me know in the comments. What age did you actually start noticing it? I want to hear the real answer, not the "it's because I turned 40" answer. I answer all my comments.